So originally, we had started this podcast a year ago.
Yeah.
Ortiz Unfiltered.
What the hell?
And the reason I started it was to talk about a certain subject, but I never got to it. I dodged around that bullet so bad. This is, by the way, my special guest. Give it up for Mr. Ortiz. We don't know.
Stop it. Stop it. And obviously, the host, Cat.
I'm excited. Are you excited? How do you feel?
Always excited to do anything.
Yeah.
Go ahead, my love.
I'm going to cry a lot in this episode because it's something that hits.
Damn!
It's something that's very, when I say it, it means a lot.
It hits home.
It hits home.
This
It
is
hits
something
home,
that
and I'm going to cry. I'm going to cry. So.
And I don't even know what she's wrote down or anything.
I asked him, I'm like,
damn!
Do you want.
Damn! That's.
I told him, I'm like, do you want me to tell you what I wrote? He said no. So he doesn't know. So let's get to it because I'm already about to cry. Okay, ready? So we recently moved as well. So welcome to our new home.
This is our new home, guys. Setup. This is our new setup.
Okay, so ready?
Well, guys, welcome back. It's been a year.
Mm-hmm.
This is Ortiz Unfiltered. This is the third episode officially.
Yeah.
And 3 is my favorite number.
I know.
So,
wow.
Let's go, my love.
All right. So I'm going to start reading what I wrote. I want to welcome you all into our home to our revamped podcast. I know that in this channel we will have a lot of judgment. That is the point in our career. We're already used to it, and it's okay. I'm going to cry. Ooh! We created this channel a year ago, and we came up with Ortiz Unfiltered because I want this podcast to be unfiltered and real. But another reason, the main reason why, is because I wanted to open up about something that I never got the courage to do it. But not because I was embarrassed, but because I was scared to cry. Don't cry. Don't cry. We want to be real and authentic to you all and just talk. I feel like in our other platforms, we only connect through a prank, a skit, or a challenge. But never just hearing us talk and say what we really want to say. I want you guys to come on here and hear what we think and feel because I want to connect with you. Some of us feel and think just like each other or need to learn things from one another. I originally created this podcast because I wanted to talk about our daughter, Isabella. She's 7 years old and our light on a cloudy day. And I'm going to cry reading this because I'm crying writing it. I got pregnant with Oscar when I was 22. I think it was a little rocky pregnancy. I don't think it was the best pregnancy.
It was unexpected, by the way.
Yeah. It was very unexpected and...
Damn.
I feel like it wasn't the best pregnancy. I feel like it wasn't anything wow about it. So when I had my daughter, I had her early. She was premature. I was 32 weeks pregnant, and I was induced. It was a Friday. I had went to the specialist. She wasn't growing inside the belly, so I had to call Oscar while he was at work. And I was like, we're having this baby now. Like, you have to come, drop everything that you're doing, and come this way.
Yeah. I thought her water broke, but apparently I could have finished my day at work, I think. Like, it was like that.
He got to the hospital before me, guys.
Yeah, me and the grandmas, actually.
I decided to go eat. I decided to take my time. I took a shower. I packed my bag.
Yeah, she ate Wendy's.
I ate Wendy's. I hadn't ate a whole burger my whole pregnancy. So I was like, I'm going to eat a burger.
She looked happy, probably. And I was starving.
Anyways, fast forward. She was in the NICU for 14 days.
2 weeks.
It was the hardest 14 days of my life.
2 weeks.
Yeah, sure. It was really hard 14 days. I literally slept, ate, showered, repeat for 14 days. I tried to go home one day and I got really bad anxiety, so I decided to leave. I was like, I can't do this. I can't be here. Her crib is empty. I have to leave. I have to go back to the hospital. And I think in that moment we had a really hard time because I have a bad tendency of when life hits me really hard, I just shut down. Like I don't know how to express myself correctly, in other words. So I basically shut down and my main focus was Isa, 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 and that's it. Like, screw the world, screw everything else. I just needed to be there for my daughter and be able to learn from everything that was happening. I think it happened so fast. Like, I remember I gave birth and I had a whole pregnancy plan, and like, it basically got taken away from me. It was like, no, you don't get to hold your baby. You don't get to see your baby like that much. Look at her, see her, leave. She left, and like, it was really hard. It was like a very scary moment. And like, I feel like I didn't know how to express that, and we had like really bad discussions because he had other kids and this was my first kid. So I was like, okay, if I'm here with my kid, you should be here helping me. Like, I've never had a child. You know what to do. Like, I don't know what to do. And I learned everything at the hospital. So we had a really bad, like a little spurt. It was a little bad. And fast forward at the year, I had went to a doctor that the pediatric had referred me to. And it was a genetic. And I kid you not, the genetic walks in and he's like, "Oh, I know what your daughter has." And I was like, "There's no way. Like, how can you know by just looking at her?" So he had told me a syndrome. It's called CDLS. And I was like, "What?" I remember I called Oscar after that crying. And he's like, "He hasn't tested her. There's no way. Like, relax." I never really did anything with it. I think in that part I was a little irresponsible.
I think you could have done any more.
Oh no,
You
I
were
actually
waiting.
couldn't have done anything because in that moment the test that we needed to do
Yeah,
was not available.
yeah, you couldn't. There's nothing you could
So
have
there
done.
was nothing for me to do. So
Mind you, Kat felt like she wasn't doing her best when
mhm,
she was doing her best. That's how super mom she was.
I had told Oscar I need to quit working because she had to go to therapy so much. Like, I wanted 2 years to focus on her. Like, let me, and we were very blessed because we were living with my mom at the time and we were fine. So it was okay for me to do those things.
Yeah.
So she was going to therapy and then we continued. Fast forward to about 4 years ago. Yeah, about 4 year four. It's gonna be 4 years ago.
I mean, there's been throughout the years they were trying to figure out what
But
was
like the
diagnosed. So
actual diagnose was
yeah,
4 years ago.
they were just giving you
The runaround.
yeah they were giving you runarounds and they were just assuming that she had this because of hairy back and unibrow, and it's like that runs in my family. I have a unibrow. I have a hairy back.
The
Like
kids do too.
like it's just they made her and then Google. Do not
Oh
Google
my god,
things.
do not Google it.
Do
'Cause
not
it
Google things
it's
because
just it's very sad if you Google it. I feel like you see the worst and she has the bare minimum of it. And it's very sad. Once I Googled it, I was like, holy shit. I remember those
of
words from the genetic when I had left the very first time. He's like, don't worry. She's the swan out of all the goose. She's going to be fine. So 4 years ago, Isabella, she's had trouble like gaining weight and like her structure. So we went to an endocrinologist. An endocrinologist is a hormone doctor. So they track everything with your growth and everything. So she's like, before I even decide to give your daughter this, I need you to see other specialists before we even do this. So that was around COVID, and everything was via Zoom. So I remember we saw a neurologist. I had told her, like, in Zoom, like, this is what they think. She's like, are you sure? Like, it just doesn't look like it. We went to the genetic. Even the genetic was like, I just don't think so. Let's do the testing. We did the testing. The test that came in. We did the swab. It took like 2 months for me to get the answer back. He called me and he's like, I have the results. Let's talk. It's confirmed. She has CDLS. So CDLS is a rare genetic disease. She has the SM31, which she has the lower spectrum of it. But me as a mom, I didn't want that for her. I didn't want her to go through that. Like, you always want your children to be healthy. And she is healthy. She really is healthy. She's healthy. She just has this condition. But I didn't know how to cope with it. And it was really hard. Like, I had the worst thoughts. I didn't want to continue. I was like, why does this happen to people? Why does this have to happen? Like, you carry a child, you expect the best, you expect everything to be okay, and then things happen, and you just question God, and you're like, but why? Why me? I didn't understand the why. And I always questioned myself for so many years until somebody told me it's not the why. You're never gonna know the why, but you're gonna learn how to cope with it, and just know that He sent this to you to make you stronger, and you needed this in your life. I will never know the why. I will never know. It's not genetic. It didn't come from him. It didn't come from me. It just happened. As we go on with our lives, she's going to be 8 in July. And I don't think I know the why, but I think I know a purpose of it. And I think I've really learned it through the years, that she came into our world to shake us up a little. Like, I came from some tendencies of my family that I needed to change in order to be a better person. It's hard. I'm not gonna say it's not hard, because there's days that I'm like, fuck, like, why does this have to happen? I just want her to have a normal life where kids don't look at her weird, where people don't like think she's weird because she just doesn't get it. I just want her to be accepted. But she's never going to be accepted in this world, because this world is ugly. People are ugly, and people are mean. It's hard. And I feel like we've progressed a lot within the couple years. I have a really good team, a wonderful speech therapist that I actually met during COVID at a workout line, and she was buying some leggings for me, and then she's like, I'm a speech therapist. And we connected like that. Like, and she, phenomenal, like, amazing. Isabella has changed within her speech. I have a wonderful physical therapist that has been with her for a very long time.
She has 3 therapists.
I have a good OT therapist that, thank God, like, I've had to go through a couple occupational therapists. I've had to go through a couple physical therapists, and I feel like I have my team, and they're very sturdy on her, because Isabella, she
Walks over her mom.
She walks all over us.
Mom.
All over us.
Not me.
Yeah, okay.
Not me.
She is a beautiful little girl.
She's an amazing, beautiful little girl.
She
has
sweet.
Her daddy's personality.
She really does. She really does. And God bless her for that.
Teacher from school, agree on, is let her be independent. That's one thing that I do. Let her be independent. But mommy wants to try to let
I do
her.
let her, but there is moments that I'm like, this is my only kid. I'm never gonna reverse time. I'm never gonna go back. I
But
just want to hold her a little bit longer.
you just gotta let her be. You
No, I
gotta
know.
push her to be her independent. Because you
I,
holding her along or you doing whatever you're planning on doing is, to me, is basically you're just taking a step back. And you keep doing it every time you do it. Just like, okay, for example, she comes to our bed. I mean, we both want that to be done, right?
yeah.
Okay, so it's like if we
But she
let
doesn't
her,
do it every night.
I know, but look, we kind of like put our foot down, and now it's like it's getting better, slowly but surely. But we got to keep putting our foot down.
But she's 7 years old. She'll be 8 in July. And there is things about her that we don't know. I mean, I feel like that with every kid. Like, you just don't know what their future is going to look like. I don't know what Isa's future is going to look like. God, I wish, but I don't know. I hope within time she is able to evolve and, be able to be independent and be able to take on the world by herself, because my life isn't promised tomorrow. So that is always my main concern, like, about her. Just, God forbid something happens to me. Where does she stand? She is the sweetest little thing ever. I feel like she has brought us closer. Um,
Yep.
and I feel like that is another reason too. Like, I feel like in my perspective, it was more like, let's change you up a little bit because I need you to change in the family dynamic and, like, your personality wise. And I feel like with Oscar, it's more like he was just bouncing around. And I feel like that's his reason. And God shook him up and
I
was like,
think I was more, bouncing around. But even though I had a daughter, it's just that still it kind of didn't stop me, because that we can get into that discussion to another podcast. But I think I learned more how to not be selfish. I think with her, I'm not so selfish with her. Like I had to learn how to like really like, okay, is it really this important to like miss a family moment? Around the time when she was born, I was getting ready for her show,
that was really
and
hard.
I mean I went to work and I come and see Esau for a little bit, and then I also went to go try to work out at the same time. Like, I mean, I made it happen to try to, I mean, to go work out, and then it's just I wasn't at the hospital as much as Kat was, because she was there all day, and and I had my son from a previous relationship that doesn't live in the states, that was here because Esau was born in the summer, and then I had my other son here and there, so it was kind of hard on my end. It was a rough patch for that. I think Esau made me learn how to. Patience is like the one thing I think both of us is like. It was
I
like
have no
I think
patience.
patience for both of us is something that made us like. Your patience has gotten better.
Yeah.
Um, I think that's one of the things that both of us needed. It made me really feel what true love was at first sight. That's what I know that meant, because it's my first little girl, so that's what the meaning of love at first sight. Love at first sight. That's what it meant.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I still treat my daughter even though she has CDLS. Um, I still treat her normal.
Yeah.
I still treat her normal. Like
We treat her just like we
she
treat
gets in
Jay.
trouble in school, she's gonna get grounded. We'll take her phone away. If she does anything wrong, like
She goes to
I
timeout.
kind of, what I'm not. I do give like I'm a sucker. I do actually do that a lot with her because she's the baby. I treat her like she is normal to me. I never treated her any different.
Mm-hmm.
I've always treated her normal. You can do it. You do it. You got 2 hands. You got 2 feet. Let's go. So that's how I do it.
Yeah. I feel like that was something that her teacher told us. Like, they understand just as you do, just as he does. You treat them the same. But I remember when I first started this podcast, I just wanted to connect to people because I'm not the only one that has a child with disability. I know there is many people out there that question why and, you know, cry themselves to sleep at night because it's hard. It's really hard. And I realized we're not alone. We're not alone. And the days they're not bad. They get better. There's days that are really hard. There's days that I question the whys. But we're never going to get the whys. And that's okay. It's okay because they're little humans and, you know, we love them just as we would love anybody. But they are special. They're loving and they just shake you up in ways that I would have never imagined. And I have really met some amazing people this year. Like from her school that I was able to change her schools and I've really met some amazing people that I have connected with that were in the same, you know, the same thing. And it's good to know that you aren't alone and everything will be okay. Like, they need as much attention and they need all the support and they need all the love. And that's one thing that I remember that I told myself when I found out her syndrome. I said, if I'm not mentally stable, my daughter is not going to be okay.
This house isn't okay.
No, it's not. And that's why I think I really focused on getting back into the gym and like focused really on my mental health because I was really, really bad. Like internally, I was so bad that I was like, I didn't even I didn't know myself. I was like, this is not me. I have to be fine and sane for her.
She feels it too.
Yeah, she does.
When there's something wrong in this house, she feels it.
The other day we were having a discussion and we tend not to have discussion around the kids, but it happened. It happened.
Parents, we're adults.
And she was like, what happened, puppy? And then he's like, nothing. And then she's like, what happened, mommy? And I'm like, nothing. But she knows.
She feels it. There's vibes. There's energy. I go off of energy. I know. The thing is, it's like, my energy is always great. Like, majority of the time, it's always great. Like, a high percentage. It's just Kat when she's on that week of. The week of her month.
I'm already 30.
Damn.
And I feel like it's getting worse. Like, I feel like my hormones are like, they're just like so high now that I'm like, the week before, I freaking hate life. I hate Oscar. I don't want anything to do with him the week before.
Estúpida pendeja.
I don't want anything to do with him. And like, I just get so angry. And I'm like, but like the week of, I'm fine. Like this week I've been fine. It's just the week of. I'm like, and that's when we got into the discussion. It was the week of.
It's the week of.
And she's like, are you okay? And I felt so bad. I was like, oh my God. Upset with him. Because I was like, do it in front of me, but not in front of them. Like, that should be pissing me off. I'm like, no.
What'd I do?
Anyways, this was a podcast that I had to talk about. I needed to talk about. I have talked about it once or twice. It's not that I'm embarrassed. It's not that I can defend myself, but I know how people are, and I just wanted to protect her for my own. Like, I just wanted to keep her in that bubble, and like, people know about her, people have seen her, but people don't really know her. And I just wanted to, like, she's my baby, and like, I wanted to, like, mama cub her. But I know I had to talk about it. I know I could connect with many of you. And even though I'm crying, it feels really good to talk about. It's just every time I bring up this subject, I cry. But I'm okay, and I feel good. And it's finally out. After this was the main reason why I started this, but I never.
After 7.5, she's 8 years. About to be
No,
8.
but we just became content creators 3 years ago. So we started this podcast a year ago. So honestly, it's only been a year. Thank you very much. But anything else you would like to add?
FTK.
Oscar, I swear to God, I can't. You can't take this guy anywhere.
I love my daughter no matter what. I treat her normal, man. I don't see nothing wrong with my baby. You gotta treat them. She knows. She knows how to play people, man. Especially the parents. She plays her mom better than me because
she hasn't wrapped around her little finger.
She can't play dad. But I like to mess with her. I joke with her. I think I joke with her more than anything. Like, I really do mess with her more than anything because she's always here. So I mess with her more. But I treat her normal, man. I literally, like, this new thing I got is, like, running up the stairs like a weirdo. It's just like, I'm running like, she freaks out. So it's like, it's something that I don't see anything, like, I've always said it and I've always told myself, I don't see nothing wrong with her. I'm not going to think it. I'm going to make her learn. Like, I'm actually teaching her how to ride a bike now. So it's like.
It only took him like 3 months to build it.
Oh my God. Damn. Look, this girl she's actually just did a zip line.
Yeah, we went to Tennessee and we went to a park and they had zip lining and we wanted to do it, and there was like 3 obstacles that she couldn't do with us. So I was scared because I just feel like, oh my God, what if she freaks out? Like, what if something happens and I'm not there? Like, I don't know. It's just a mom thing.
There goes the bubble.
But so I went first, and then I'm there and I'm waiting and I'm like, where is she? And I'm telling the guy, how do I get back? She's not coming. Like, she said she didn't want to do it. I saw her. And he's like, well, go down this way, go through the trail, go up the hill, and then you'll go back to them. I'm like, holy shit.
I wanted to, like, I was going to push her the first time, but I was like, nobody's recording because I want to catch the first moments too. So I ended up having Kat's cousin push her. Well, actually do it.
And he told me, he's like, when he got to me, he's like, I'd rather her hate me, that she doesn't see me all the time, than hate her dad that she sees every day.
Yeah, he did say that. He's like,
so,
I don't care if she'll hate me. I'm like, you know what? That sounds good. You do it. So I was like, so I can record it anyways.
I'm there waiting, and I'm about to leave, and I see her coming, and I'm like, oh my God, you did it. And it's the cutest video. I'm going to see if I could post it in like a little box here. It's the cutest video. You would just never expect, like, my child. Like, I know she likes roller coasters and I know she likes rides, but I never thought my child would have the courage to do this.
Underestimating. She's done even the tubing with me. She was cracking up.
Yeah.
We went up in a mountain, like coming down.
Full speed.
Cracking up.
These are the things that I enjoy about our relationship, that we've had the pleasure of, allowing our kids to have these memories and do these things with them. And she always grabs my phone and she looks through my videos and she sees herself, like, she goes back and she sees herself ziplining and she just smiles. And I'm like, that to me is like, wow, like, thank God we did that for her. Like, That's like a
Hmm.
core memory, and it's very beautiful. It's
Man, happiness is health.
yeah,
She's always happy.
she's always happy,
She's always
and
happy.
everybody that meets her does love her.
Yo,
She's
she is the very nicest person like that
hmm
you can meet. She is caring. If you feel something, she'll ask you if she feels like you're down or something. She's gonna ask you if you're okay. Um, she says hi to people. Like that's her.
not her mama.
She's like,
It's not that I don't say hi to people. It's just I'm shy. And I was telling my friend the other day, I'm like, I'm really shy. And she's like, you're not shy, Kat. And I'm like, I really am.
Cat is a shy person.
I am or I'm not.
You are. You
I
are
am a shy person. Like, I just,
You're not me.
sometimes I do say hi to people. Like, if I'm walking and, like, I think it's rude, like, not to say hi to people that you're walking. And, I mean, unless they don't say hi to me, but I'm like, hi, good morning. But, like, I do, like, I see her. Like, today we were walking and she's like, hi, baby, and hi. And I'm like, you do not get that from your mother.
I said hi to the guy, the father too.
You
I was
did?
like,
You see, I didn't even say hi. I said hi to the baby. I'm glad that we got picked for her because I feel like we do make her
course.
very happy.
I'm not gonna deny.
Well, you don't know. God places
Oh,
children
you
in
picked
your...
me. I don't want you. Like, what are you trying to say?
No, I'm saying like God
FTK? Is that what you're trying to
God
say?
picked us to be her
Oh,
parents. And like,
no, of
I'm
course.
very...
I mean, can you give me some money too? I mean, like she could eat. She could eat.
She could put it down.
Jesus
Like,
Christ.
Jonathan just like, why does she eat so much? And I'm like, that's
She's
her
skinny.
metabolism.
She's, yo, it's like they label my daughter. Oh, she's not. She don't got enough weight. Do you know me? Like I was a little kid that couldn't gain weight for nothing.
I was really
Look at
skinny when
my
I was
kids
little.
are skinny. My
Little.
Jay's skinny. Joel's skinny. He's just a little fit now because of his sports. But my family is skinny. Like I don't understand. Like
Yeah, his mom is
just
really
because
skinny.
you're skinny. What you're diagnosed something? You got a hairy back. You're diagnosed something.
Okay, well,
You got a unibrow. You're diagnosed something. She's Puerto Rican. You can't judge people off.
No, you can't.
looks
And that's
because
one
that's
of the
what they
things that
did.
I hated that doctor. And I refused to go back to that doctor because, so they give you like a summary and he said that she had seizures. I'm like, who the told you my kid had seizures? And he's like, you did it? I'm like, I'm like, never put me with that doctor again.
This little girl's like tougher than my boys. This girl's she's had a football helmet.
Oh my God.
She's
That
had
girl
a helmet.
has had a cast.
She's had like
she broke her bone in her ankle.
She's
And babe,
fractured.
How was she?
She didn't care. She was running around like banging the cast around the walls, and she got staples on her head. She got stitches on her forehead. She
split her ear.
She slit her ear open with her earring. She done just pulled it off.
Just like a monkey. Like she doesn't care. Like, and it's not that we're not supervising her. It's just she's just so like hyper, and it's like she's everywhere, and it's like I'm like, please stop, relax, because
the last one was Kat had a photo shoot.
Oh my God, no,
and she just fell.
No,
right?
Dramatic. You talk about me being a sucker. He's a freaking sucker.
I said I'm a sucker.
Say your story.
Estúpida pendeja. I am a sucker for her. I didn't mention that. I saw her like her right here was bruised.
No, you have to say the full story. She
fell
on her butt and she went like this.
Yeah, and then she was looking at her hand.
And this part got bruised, and he's like, oh, she broke her hand. She broke her wrist. We need to go to the hospital. You need to change. Go change. Go. We need to go now. And I'm like, what? I'm like, an hour, 2 hours before I have a photo shoot in Miami.
I think you were like an hour.
No, it was like 2 hours. I had a photo shoot in 2 hours in Miami. I'm like, what? I'm like, let me see her hand. This part.
She kept looking at it though. She had me worried.
This part here does get bruised, like if you fall on it. But I'm like moving it. I'm like doing everything. I'm like, what are you talking about? Everything is fine. He's like, no, we need to go to the hospital right now, right this second. I'm like, and then he's like, he's moving her hand. He's like, oh, I think she's okay. I'm like, I know she's okay. When she broke her ankle, she was crying.
Yeah, but when she split her forehead, she wasn't crying.
Well, because she's a freak of
Crazy.
nature. That's why.
The heck? I don't know what to believe anymore. She's our rock.
She is our rock.
She's our rock in this relationship.
There's moments that I'm like, I told him a couple weeks ago.
Don't look at me like that.
I told him a couple weeks ago, I'm done. I want a divorce. And
Yeah,
he's
alright.
like, what did you say?
I said, go upstairs and go take a nap. I'll see you later. Or go to sleep. There's no legitimate reason for
There
you to
isn't.
break up with me.
It's just annoying. He's
I don't care.
annoying.
This is why we are here. You know, honestly, I'm not gonna lie.
She loves us together, though. Today,
She
she
loves
was like,
us
she
together.
stopped us while we were walking Ace, and she's like,
Yeah.
Mommy, kiss Papi. And I'm like, okay. She
So
loves
don't you ever, because she will hate you.
She loves when we kiss. She loves when we hug. She loves when we're affectionate. Like, she loves to see
She
us.
literally be like,
Yeah.
all in your grill. I'm like, yo, space.
She's something very special.
She is special.
She really is. And I love her so much. And
I love her.
I pray for her every day.
I just want her, like, I'm her tough. Like, I'm just trying to make her tough. I want her to stay tough. Like, I wrestle with her.
Yeah, and then she comes and punches me. And I'm like, I didn't want to play with you like that. Don't touch
The
me
other-
like that.
The other day, she just comes and just pushes me. I'm like, the heck's wrong with you? Then she learned how to say FTK. I'm like,
Oh my God, yes. That's his fault, though, for saying FTK.
and then I told her the other day, get out of the room. And I said, bye, Felicia. And she's like, what? And I said, bye, Felicia. So she learned it. And then I think she said it to you first.
Yeah.
And then she said it to Kat. Bye, Felicia.
No, and then the other day, I was like, Isabella, give me, I don't know, I was telling her, like, come here right now. 1. And she's like, 2.
Tried your
Me
way.
and Oscar just looked at each other. and I
No,
walked.
I looked at you like, go ahead, count. What happened? What's after 2? She probably trying you. What's after 2? You ain't gonna do nothing. Yeah, I swear, man.
It's just like, I know it's not funny to most people that like, they're like, oh, that's kind of disrespectful. But like, I think it's hilarious to us because it's like, you just never would expect her to do certain stuff like that. Like, I wouldn't expect her. And I think I don't laugh like in front of her face. Like, oh my God, it's funny. Ha ha ha.
She knows you're laughing though.
But we look
don't-
away and we
Oh
laugh.
yeah, you're looking in the window like this. The hell? You think she sees you like jiggling? Jesus. So she ain't dumb.
I think that's it. Like, I cried a lot in this podcast. But I needed to talk about it. This was the original reason, Ace, stop it. Why I needed to do this podcast. Why I started this podcast. And I hope it can reach an audience that needs to hear a message that everything is going to be okay, and there is beautiful days and there is sad days, and it's just like a scale. Like me and we're like on a good path right now. Like,
Yeah, we are in a good path. I don't feel like me and you are like. I mean, we're a couple. We're gonna argue.
no, baby, I'm talking about Isa, babe.
Oh no, I know. But I was gonna say, I think I'm like in a path like me.
No, I'm talking about Isa. I feel like we're on a good path with her. There is days that I'm like, oh, holy shit, like, my God, this is a lot. Like, what is going on? Like, please, Lord, help me.
I feel like she's 2 years behind, like mentally.
Yeah, they have confirmed that she is 2 years behind.
And I've always felt that before they even confirmed it.
Signed up for a Facebook group that Oscar literally was like, Kat, please don't do this to yourself.
It's like I don't. That's why I don't Google and I don't sign up for nothing, because your child is different from everybody. Yeah, it's rare that you might have the same, but what Kat signed up on our Facebook is, I have not seen, and I feel bad, and yes, I am sorry, like, for those family, but it's like, this is not the same as what my daughter has.
No, and I actually told that to a doctor the other day, that I was like, I am in a Facebook group, and she's like, what? And I'm like, what? And she's like, no, I'm in a Facebook group. And she's like, what? And I'm like, what? And she's like, no, I'm in a Facebook group. And she's like, what? And I'm like, what? And she's like, no, I'm in a Facebook group. And she's like, what? And I'm like, what? And she's like, no, I'm in a Facebook group. And she's like, what? And I'm like, what? And she's like, no, I'm in a Facebook group. And she's like, what? And I'm like, what? And she's like, no, I'm in a Facebook group. And she's like, what? And I'm like, what? And she's like, no, I'm in a Facebook group. And she's like, what? And I'm like, what? And she's like, no, I'm in a Facebook group. And she's like, what? And I'm like, what? And she's like, no, I'm in a Facebook group. And she's like, what? And I'm like, what? And she's like, no, I'm in a Facebook group. And she's like, what? And I'm like, what? And she's like, no, I'm in a Facebook group. And she's like, what? And I'm like, what? And she's like, no, I'm in a Facebook group. And she's like, what? And I'm like, what? And she's like, no, I'm in a Facebook group. And she but you see the worst cases on there. And I said, yes, I know. But I felt like when I found out, I reached out to the organization. I had many calls with the organization. I was like, I need to ask questions. I need information. I need resources. Like, give me all the things that I need because I need help. I need help. I couldn't do it alone. I needed help. I needed somebody that knew what was happening to tell me. So I found the Facebook group. I signed up for it. And today, actually, some mom was on there asking if their kid was able to speak. The kid was like, I think 4. And then it was like a whole bunch of messages like, no, my kid is 21 and they have a mind of a 6-year-old. And it's like, oh my God. Like, the fact that that's even possible, it's like, it's so sad. Like, the fact that people have to experience that. Like, they want to see their child just grow up and
Be normal. That's what they want to hear.
yes,
But like,
not everybody's the same.
yeah.
Not everybody's the same. And that is something that I had to learn when I found out about Isa. I had to learn that not everybody's the same. And when I reached out to the organization, she was like, look, there's people with the same level that she's on, this SMC3. A lady, she had 2 kids. Her kid came out with CDLS and she got tested and she found out that she had CDLS. She didn't know until she had her first child. Her kid flourished. He was fine. She was fine. She was able to have a relationship. She was able to graduate from school. She was able to have children. I'm not saying that's going to be my daughter. I don't know what my daughter's going to be. I don't know what's going to happen. But it's good to know that there's a possibility. So I'm glad that I experienced it. I did have a very rough patch. I did have really rough moments, but the organization did help me a lot. And I was able to obtain a lot of resources and a lot of information that I had no idea of. And I feel like I've gone through, can't even tell you how many doctors. And I feel like I have the best set of doctors. I had one doctor that I would cry and tell Oscar, like, I cannot deal with this lady. Like, I will go in there and be fine, and I would come out angry. I would come out crying. And I was just like, I would disrespect her. And I was like, this is not me. Like, she just brings this ugly side of me that I don't want. I don't want to go to my daughter's appointments and have to experience this. Like, she was nasty. And I was like, I told Oscar one day, I'm like, enough is enough. Like, I switched doctors, and now I feel like I have the best team. And it's all just
that
like,
doctor made me not want to come home sometimes. Most of the
but
time. Actually, those times it didn't make me want to go. It was like every 6 months.
every 3 months.
Oh,
and
3 months.
and I told him, I'm like, come with me so you can experience it. And was she not?
Yeah,
She was
bitch.
horrible.
Fucking bitch.
I was able to change doctors, and I'm so happy with that doctor, and I was able to connect with her very well.
And she had a
cousin
cousin
that had CDLS, and so she knows a little bit more about it.
Yeah,
but
she's more nicer too. She gives a better vibe than that other lady.
Isa would never get near that lady. One doctor. I mean, most doctors, but one specific doctor. I remember the first time that I went to her, she was the genetic. I had switched her. So here we have Joe DiMaggio, and I had switched her to University of Miami doctors. I was like, I want the best for my daughter. I did. We always want the best for our kids, and I wanted the best for her. And when I walked into that first appointment, she's like, in Spanish, she's Argentinian. She goes, llora todo lo que quieres llorar. Dale. And I cried, and she basically said, cry all you want to cry. I'm ready. And I cried and cried that whole appointment. They took Isa out of the room, and I cried and I cried and I cried. And I was just like, I just don't understand. Like, it's so sad. Like, I don't know what to do. She's like, baby, you're doing everything that you need to do. Like, you have everything in order. Every question that I've asked you, you have an answer and you have everything in order. There's nothing that you're doing wrong. Pat yourself in the back. Take a chill pill. Relax. Take a breather. You're doing everything that you need to do for her. There's nothing that you're missing. I thank her for that appointment. But that is our daughter. That is her story that I had to share with you guys.
Her special daughter.
Her special baby. And I hope, it gives you a little glimpse, because I know some people see her on live and they're like, they maybe wonder, and I never talk about it. But I did want to bring this up and express it to you guys. And thank you for listening. Thank you for being here with us. Every podcast will be released on Fridays. We'll be on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube. So if you guys want to see it, check it out. Give us a like, give us a share. Tell us what you feel. Tell us what you think.
Share it to anybody that is related to what's going on right now, because a lot of people won't talk about it, like Kat wouldn't, and she had the courage to finally talk about it. I don't know too much about it. I just know from what Kat tells me. I don't read too much into it. I just treat my daughter normal. Yeah, of course I know she has a disability. I know she does.
A lot of people don't know, but CDLS is just what the genetic has told me is, since she's on the lower spectrum, we classify it as a developmental delay. So she's just, like Oscar said, 2 years behind.
Yeah.
And she's a slow learner. We're getting there, but
she knows what she's doing at her age right now. 5. I would say 5. I think she's acting like a 5-year-old.
Yeah.
So she's just slow learning. It's gonna take her a little while, but eventually she'll get it. Mm-hmm. She'll get it. Just gotta treat it and have faith on our end and push her to keep doing it on her own. We're doing our best. And other parents that if they are going through the same situation, do the same thing. Do the same thing. Don't treat your kids any different. Mm-hmm. No, do not. I would. That's one thing I would say is do not treat your kids any different.
And if you need help, like, ask for that help, because I know mentally it's very challenging and it's very draining. And I know I went through it myself, that I didn't know how to ask for help. But it's always good to just, I need help. I need a breather. I need a break. Because if we're not fine, they're not fine. And I realized that if I'm not okay, one, this house is not okay. Nobody's okay, but she's not okay.
Kat, if she's bad, then I'm bad, then that's too negative. I don't like being mad. I hate being mad. I hate going to bed mad. So, yeah. Just if you guys need to talk to somebody, look for to talk to somebody. Like right now, there's a follower of ours that she's going through something. Wish her the best. I know this is off topic, but yeah, you just never know when you need to talk to somebody. You never know.
Mm-hmm. But we love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Our podcast, like I said, will be released every Friday. Or Teas Unfiltered. And
Teas Unfiltered. Beautiful sign.
Thank you for supporting us, guys.
Thank you.
We
for real.
don't really express it as much because I don't like to. I've learned not to read comments and stuff, and like I don't sometimes connect with you guys in that way, but I do see it.
We do see them. We do see them.
We do see them, and
it's just like
we love you guys, and thank you for the support for already almost 3 years.
3, 4 years.
We're very grateful. We are where we are because of you guys, and we wouldn't be here without you guys. So, we love you. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll be back with another episode next Friday.
It won't be sad.
No, it won't.
This is probably the only sad podcast it will be.
Yes.
But other than that, we're gonna give you our downs, which between us, it'll probably be next week.
Mm-hmm.
Next week will probably be the down one where me and Kat had our rough patch.
Yeah.
So stay tuned.
All right. Love
Peace
you guys.
out.